Hello, good morning, and welcome to this week's video. I am so excited that you're joining me today. Today we are here in Bethania, North Carolina, and we are doing the Router Trail, which should take us into some wetland areas where I hope to photograph the Eastern Skunk Cabbage. So I kind of have a singular focus of trying to capture some cool images, photos of this Eastern Skunk Cabbage. I will talk a little bit about the skunk cabbage when we get there, but along the way we'll photograph whatever else catches my eye. So today I have with me multiple lens options. So I have my Nikon Z6 camera. Honestly, I have all my lenses with me except for one, which is the 50mm prime. I left that one at home, but so today I have the 17 to 28mm f2.8 lens. I have my 24 to 70mm f4 lens. I have my macro lens, which is the MC 105mm lens, and then I also have my 70 to 200mm lens. So my goal is to use every single one of those lenses, so every photo that I take, I will let you know which lens was used, so that way you just have an idea. So anyways, without further delay, let's get this photography adventure underway, and let's go find some Eastern Skunk Cabbage. All right, so we've kind of transitioned from being up towards the top of the hill where the trail started, and now we're down here kind of more into the wetland area, which is where skunk cabbage likes to grow. It grows in more wetter conditions. So wetland, marshy areas is where we'll generally find our skunk cabbages. So anyways, we are going to continue on the trail. Looks like I might have to do a little bit of crawling because with this bag, I don't think I can get quite low enough. So that will be fun, but we'll get through it. I'll get through it. So anyways, we're going to continue on. We're getting closer to where the skunk cabbages should be. Oh, ew, damn it. Oh shit. Like I said, crawling. God dang it. Ugh. Okay, so we are down here in the wetland area, and I've been searching for about maybe 5 minutes trying to find the skunk cabbage. The ground is kind of still a mixture of some icy, frozen spots to a little bit of more slushy spots, so it is kind of like a mixed bag. So glad that I have my mucking type boots with me. So anyways, we're gonna continue tromping through the wetland marshy area, try to find some skunk cabbage. It's gotta be the sapsuckers. So on this tree right here, the beech tree? I think is it a beech tree? Anyways, regardless, this tree right here has a whole bunch of little holes and almost like circular holes around it, and that is it's probably a sapsucker. So he was just going to town, going make a little drill all the way around. It's kind of funny. I might take a picture of that actually. Give me something interesting to photograph. We're just going to use the 24 to 70 because I'm too lazy to swap lenses. So camera setting wise on that, ISO 200, shutter speed 125th of a second, aperture f4. I'm floating right around that 50mm length. I kind of like how this is a little bit more diagonal. It's kind of a fun little pattern. So right now I'm framing it up. We have these horizontal patterns right here, and then there is this little bit of mossiness growing around a section with some of the holes. But I just kind of like the layering of it, so I think this is gonna look nice as a vertical photo. Still no skunk cabbages. And I know this is the area that I've seen them before. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So I mean, I searched around the area for, feels like a good 45 minutes. I trucked around in the wetland area trying to find the skunk cabbage, but I didn't have any success. Right, so we made it to what's called Roeder's Old Field, and so we're into basically a Loblolly Pine Forest at this point in time. And so there's just hundreds of loblolly pines around me. So I think this is gonna be a great spot to use the ultra wide angle lens, basically to kind of get the canopy of the loblolly pines. I think that will make kind of a nice photo. We have some spotted clouds and maybe a little blue sky, so hopefully I can get it just right where I can get some blue skies in there. So I may throw on the polarizing filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my gear down. I'm gonna swap to the 17 to 28 millimeter lens, throw on that polarizer, and see if I can't get a good photo of the canopy of the loblolly pines. I'm kind of doing a 17 millimeter. My aperture is set to f6.3. I kind of actually like this way. ISO 100, shutter speed 100 and 200ths of a second. And what I'm doing is I'm focusing in on one of the trees. And you can kind of see some little clouds through it. One of the things that I really like about using an ultra wide angle lens to capture the canopy from looking down below is I like the exaggeration, the long leading lines of the loblolly pines, kind of all reaching up, and it has this very reaching effect going up into the sky. And then with the patchiness of the clouds, it gives it a little bit of interest. This type of shot also I think works really well too when you have a brilliant blue sky and stuff. So at least it's not fully cloud coverage. There are some spots of blue, some patchy clouds, so there is some texture in the sky. But I really like taking those type of photos. It's one of the things I was kind of looking forward to with an ultra wide angle lens, was being able to capture more of those types of photos. So I am just going to leave my gear right here, and I'm just going to kind of see if there's some other interesting patterns within the canopy that I can find. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. So glad that I brought this. Almost didn't bring this lens today, but I was like, no, I'm bringing it. So anyways, let's go find some more compositions. Okay, so we are mosey on back to my car, and I think the only lens, actually, I know the only lens I have not yet taken a photo of is with my my macro lens. So I'll be keeping my eyes open for something of interest to take a photo of. Most likely it's going to be something along the forest floor. I might go back to where these daffodils were starting to bloom. That could be a composition there, but just keeping my eyes peeled for any like mushroom or mossy things, or other little plant life that looks of interest. So I'll just be keeping my eyes peeled for anything that catches my eye. So we're just gonna keep on trekking and keeping my eyes peeled. Okay, so I explored a little bit, wasn't really finding anything that I thought was better than these daffodils that are blooming. And so what I liked about this composition is there's a couple of these, I'm fairly certain these are beech leaves from beech trees, the American beech leaves, but there are a whole bunch of leaves around it, but there's these two kind of beech leaves that are in the front that are really light in color. See like the different lines of the leaves and stuff. And so I just think that it really makes a nice photograph and composition. There's a great contrast between the brown and dead and the dying of the leaves, and then you have these green, these little pop of bright green coming up from the ground. It's kind of like I don't know, it's like this is spring. This is that time of year. Things are starting to come back alive. We're marching towards a season of growth and renewal as opposed to death and dying with leaves and fall. So I'm gonna snap maybe a couple more photos. Camera setting wise, let's see, what are they at? So obviously this is the macro lens, the 105mm macro. I've been playing around a little bit with my aperture. I had it down to like maybe 3.2, and then I bumped it up to like a 6.3, just playing with how much of the daffodil leaves were in focus. So the last photos that I took were aperture was f6.3, ISO 400, because it is a little bit darker. We're down close to on the forest floor. Shutter speed is 125th of a second. So that is what I think I have accomplished with the macro lens. So yeah, I'm going to share that photo with you right now, and then I'm going to keep the macro lens on, see if there's anything else that sparks my interest as we continue walking back towards the car. So stay tuned for some other photos, but first enjoy this lovely photo of the daffodils. All right, so I've been keeping my eyes peeled, and I'm about ready to take a photo of this, probably maybe a bluebird feather that is in the ground, and it's just like this little nice little pop of blue on the forest floor. So I'm gonna use my macro lens to try to take a photo of this feather and share that with you here in just a few. So we are almost to the road that I need to cross to get back to where my car is parked. So figure I'll go ahead and wrap up this week's video. So while I am really bummed that I was not able to locate and photograph the Eastern Skunk Cabbage, which is what I came out here for, I'm still glad that I came out and that I brought all 4 of my lenses and forced myself to use all 4 lenses. It was, you know, I photographed things that I wasn't necessarily thinking I would be photographing, but I think that I found compositions that showcase each one of those lenses that I brought with me. So I'm still very happy. It's such a gorgeous day that it's just, a bad day out photographing is still a better day than sitting in your house. But you know, you never know what you're going to photograph when you're doing nature photography, especially the type of photography I do where I hike out on trails and just photograph whatever catches my eye. You never know what I'm going to photograph or what I'm going to capture. So anyways, if you guys liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends and family. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do so you can continue to come along on my photography adventures. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.